Nope. This episode was too damn clean, bro. Oh my god, Naruto Baryon Mode kicked Isshiki's ass. Boruto episode 217. Naruto gets the Baryon Mode and he just straight up beats the living crap out of Isshiki, yo. The episode just came out yesterday and I already watched it 5 times. That's how much I love this. Not only is Naruto's form just absolutely beautiful, the scenery is beautiful, the animation is completely off the chain in this episode, and I called it too. I called it at the end of the last episode review. I said, I have a feeling that the next episode, they're gonna go crazy animation on it. And oh boy, was it up there. So I think to this date, Boruto probably has like 4 episodes that are just insane, like movie quality level animation, and Boruto episode 217 was just another one of those. So we know that Naruto can't really use any jutsus on this guy because he'll just absorb it or shrink it, so he has to fight him in hand-to-hand combat, and Kurama tells him about the Baryon Mode, and he tells them that in this mode, the secret to it is not to try and just kill your opponent, just like fight him like a boxer, just hit him, because all chakras are connected and the Baryon Mode extinguishes his life force, Naruto and Kurama's. As they land those punches on Isshiki, it will extinguish his life force as well. And by the end of the episode, this dude like only has like a minute left to live. So the Baryon Mode is like the perfect counter to basically Isshiki. I guess with any other opponent, I feel like if Naruto went all out, he could probably just one-shot them. Like he obviously wasn't trying to just one-shot Isshiki here. We've seen how strong Isshiki is in taijutsu and just hand-to-hand combat. The dude is ridiculous. Like he just completely stomped Naruto and Sasuke like they were nothing, even Naruto and Kurama Sage Mode. Like he couldn't even land a punch on this guy. Maybe he landed one. But then Naruto goes Baryon Mode, and for like the first like 5-10 minutes, he is just straight up beating the living crap out of this dude. And it was so glorious. I mean, the way they did the choreography, all this kung fu and everything, the colors on Naruto are just absolutely beautiful. I mean, I think Isshiki looks like a great villain as well. And you stack it on top of these just like really well-painted landscapes and everything. I mean, this episode was just straight beautiful. We also got a lot of WebGen animators to come in here and do some fantastic cuts. My favorite cut was from a guy named Chansard Vincent, who's worked on Boruto and Black Clover, and I believe he also does My Hero Academia and a bunch of other anime. He's quickly becoming like one of the top tier WebGen animators. He did this one cut which was like, it just stood out so far above the rest in my opinion. I mean, the other cuts were really amazing as well, but this one, when I saw it, my jaw was just on the floor. And surprisingly, they actually like dulled down his animation a little bit. So as you can see from here, he's got the rotating beams of energy around the Rasengan, and as they add the colors and compositing to it, they really like dulled that down a little bit. And this part in particular, when Naruto flies through the flames, he did such a fantastic job there with like how Naruto's face kind of peels through the fire. But for whatever reason, they included ghosting on it, and ghosting is a good way to ruin some amazing animation. Ghosting is basically when you're stacking the previous frame, you're making it like 50% transparent and putting it on the next frame. It can help in some cases to kind of make an animation feel smoother, but here, I don't know why they did that. I feel like they really just ruined his beautiful artwork. Also notably, we had Hiroyuki Yamashita, who is like one of the most prominent Naruto animators, who just does this beautiful choreography, kung fu. It's just so smooth, and you can tell by the way that he draws the characters just so well. The facial expressions and the gestures and everything are so on point. The momentum is just so fluid. The attacks feel powerful, and Yamashita just completely killed it here yet again. He's just another one of those all-stars that they can just bring in on any top episode that they need him, and he always kills it, like every single time. In terms of how well they depicted the manga, I gotta say this episode and the previous one, they absolutely, it's very rare to say that, but like in my opinion, they completely outdid the manga. I think in most cases, fans would agree the manga is better and the anime didn't do it justice or it cut things out. Here, I don't know who could argue. I don't know who could argue that the anime here just outshined the manga so damn hard. I mean, yeah, the manga, this fight was cool, but this anime episode was like some next level stuff. Like, this is the kind of anime episode you could go back and you could rewatch years from now and still just enjoy it. This is like one of my favorite episodes of anime ever. I know it's a bold statement.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
But I just, just everything about this episode I just loved so much. Oh my god, bro. And that one part where Naruto used his tails to grab onto Isshiki, and that was that like super slow motion punch right into his face, and it was so fluid. Oh my god, it just even felt so powerful. I was you could like hear his facial bones cracking as he like stands away. Oh, I loved it. Dude, when I was sitting on the couch watching this episode, and my expression was just like, oh, like the whole time Naruto was fighting. I mean, for the first half of the episode anyway. It was just so action intensive, such good animation. Just, it was very easy to digest on the eyes too. Like, the animation wasn't too fast. It was just very clean. Like, the whole episode was polished and clean like crazy, and that's part of the reason I loved it so much. Like, let me give you a similar example. Like Dragon Ball Super Broly, unbelievable animation, but as I said in my review for that movie, I think like there's so much Sakuga on ones as the characters are flying in and out of the screen and circling around them and going in and out of beams that like I felt like they could have slowed a lot of that down so you can kind of digest and understand more of the animation that's going on, because if it moves too fast, it's just like sometimes it's just too much for your brain to handle. But here in this Naruto episode, or Boruto episode, they did such a good job just making it very fluid and clean, and there's just so much cool angles and shapes and everything going on, which I don't care that I loved it because it really stood out in this episode, as long as it's not like too overpowering. And absolutely for here, I mean, the whole episode was perfect, like 13 out of 10. I could not criticize one tiny little thing about this. I mean, in terms of animation production, this is top tier shit. Like, this is as good as it's gonna get for an anime episode, like that's non-movie. I mean, a lot of this stuff was really movie quality in here. And it felt so good to see Isshiki getting his ass kicked, dude, because like this guy has just pretty much been completely invincible ever since, you know, he came out and fought as Jigen. Like, Naruto and Sasuke went all out against Jigen and didn't really do anything to him. The only thing, like, Sasuke's Rinnegan like kind of pissed him off a little bit, but other than that, they just got completely destroyed. So to finally see someone like that powerful just get their ass kicked, especially by Naruto using his final form, right? So we think. I mean, I don't think Naruto's ever going to get Kurama back. He very well may somehow. Maybe they'll do like some artificial Kurama or something like that. But to see Isshiki just get cracked over and over again was the most satisfying thing. Oh my god, bro. And when Isshiki starts throwing the chakra rods out and Naruto's just like, psh, like just catches him, I was like, oh, let's go, dude. It's just raw badass, dude. And then he turns into Neo from the Matrix. He's just walking straight up towards Isshiki, just deflecting all of his attacks like they're nothing. I was like, oh my god, dude, I was screaming at the screen. And then we get this scene where Naruto kicks Isshiki into this water, and the whole aesthetic of this action sequence is just, it's like sparkling. Like, it just, the colors are so mesmerizing and like easy on the eyes, but like there's just sparkles like everywhere in this whole episode, right? Which might sound kind of dumb or something, but like it just looks so good and so fresh and clean, and like the color choices, the polishing, the compositing that they did in this episode was fantastic. I mean, there's just so many glows and sparkles, but it's not like overpowering. It just kind of, you know, Naruto's form's glowing. When he's in the water, there's always sparkles and everything. There's sparkles everywhere, but it's beautiful, okay? And then I'm sure a lot of you guys probably noticed this, but we got this homage to when Naruto fought Sasuke. It is literally a nearly identical combat sequence as Naruto does the same, you know, punch you up in the air and then kick you into the water. So I'm sure a lot of you guys probably noticed that, but if you didn't, yeah, there was a nice little homage. I also want to say, Isshiki's voice actor like was so good in this episode. You could feel his pain and his struggle. Someone who's always talked like so mellow and calm and like never feared anything. Like this dude just turned it from like a 3 to an 11 in this episode. You could feel his frustration. He like added damage to his voice almost. You know, he's like he added like spit into his throat. Like he's getting, you know, he was coughing up blood in this episode. So a fantastic job by that dude. I mean, he really sold it there. When Kawaki starts running away and he gets up and the camera's circling around him and he's like, Kawaki! 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 sold, bro. Like 100, like, oh my God, 100. You could feel that like frustration and anger and that roar from him. You know, he's so desperate at that time because he only has like a minute left to live or something like that. And, you know, he's got to get Kawaki. So it turns out his name is Takahiro Sakurai, and he's had like a million roles. He was Sasori. Oh, and he's also Griffith. Really? He doesn't sound anything like Griffith from the Berserk movies. And he's also Licked from Black Clover. Well, anyways, dude, you're amazing. So eventually we see Naruto like run out of gas, and that's because the technique of the Baryon Mode, their chakras are being burned up as fuel, like almost like an 8-gate sort of thing. I think it's like fairly similar. And also you gotta remember that like Naruto was catching those chakra rods, and Sasuke was saying like, I can't even like keep track of those with my Sharingan. So like, you gotta think like how fast Naruto is, if he can move faster than even like the Sharingan can see. So this dude is like Naruto is next level right now, dude. Unfortunately, it's the one and only time we're ever gonna see this mode, but man, was it good. And so yeah, in the end, basically, as Isshiki grabs onto Naruto's neck, he's able to sense the faint chakra presence of Kawaki because Naruto is linked to Kawaki's prosthetic arm. And so in doing so, he's able to use his time-space jutsu and bring Kawaki to the battlefield. Sasuke tries to put in one last-ditch effort with the teleportation jutsu with the Rinnegan, so let Kawaki get away. And Isshiki, being the villainous, crazy guy he is, says he's gonna kill Naruto in 20 seconds if Kawaki doesn't come out. And we get this very, very emotional scene with Kawaki, this flashback, how Jigen abused him and everything. So as Isshiki is counting down backwards from 20, that's signaling and registering something, this like conditioning that Jigen, I should say, put into Kawaki, right? So we get this flashbacks. He's counting on from 20. He's like, if you don't come out, I'm gonna like kill your pet goldfish. Like, if you don't come out, I'm gonna like beat the living hell out of you. Like, I'm gonna count down from 20. You better come out by 1, right? Kawaki has had literally the most effed up life, I think, out of any anime character, okay? So imagine you have a drunk dad that beats the crap out of you, makes you run errands, and you're never good enough. And then you make a friend who, like, the first person who's ever nice to you, but turns out he's just a human trafficker, and he wants to just steal you and sell you, okay? And then this, like, weird alien-looking mofo comes over and tells your dad, I'll buy the kid, and then takes you and starts experimenting on you and beating the crap out of you every day. That's your life. That is, like, literally the worst imaginable life I think you could ever have. And so he feels like Naruto is like almost like his true father. You know, Naruto was the only one who really showed him kindness, and he ends up coming out and exposing himself to Isshiki at the end, which is very unfortunate because now Isshiki is going to be able to put his karma back on Kawaki and take over his body and be able to live. But Kawaki has a plan. By the way, that last shot of Kawaki, damn, he looks sharp in that picture. I mean, like, they went from giving him this like big forehead in this episode to like making him just look sharp as hell at the end. I don't want to get into like major spoilers, but as you see from the clip from the next episode preview, we don't get much. It's just a shot of Isshiki hugging Kawaki, and they don't want to give us too much for like how this is going to end for the anime only. But wow, I mean, I honestly, I could go back and watch this episode like an infinite number of times, and like this, to me, this is like equal to some of the very memorable moments in Dragon Ball Z. Like, that's how good it was. Also want to make note of the amount of impact frames they had in this. I just loved it. I mean, they put so much work into making like all of these shapes, making the energy seem powerful. I mean, especially with Ishiki's eye power and everything, they did so many like energy, weird bubbles and impact frames and stuff. It just added so much to it, and there's just so much polish in this episode. That's what I'm trying to get to. So I have nothing I could say bad about this episode at all. One of my favorite episodes of all time of anime in general. I absolutely loved it, but I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm excited for next week. I feel so satisfied to be a Naruto fan. I just feel so satisfied right now. I want to encourage people to watch this. Like, I really want you guys to watch it. If you're a Naruto fan, if you haven't been watching Boruto, I mean, you're really missing out. I mean, this arc is really good, and it makes sense. Like, a lot of things make sense. The only thing that don't make sense in this whole arc is just like Amato just being able to, like, he's basically like a scientist god, can just do things that are just completely unnatural. But anyways, that's it for the review, guys. I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.